We're joined here today by Todd Gilliland, the driver of the number 4 Pedigree Toyota, and Noah Gragson, the driver of the number 18 Safelite Auto Glass Toyota. Todd, you're 18 now. You can race the full season. What's your mindset like now that you get to race every single week?
Yeah, it just really adds a lot of confidence to me and also my team. We can start getting into a groove, really, being really consistent. It was also really tough at the beginning of the season with my crew chief, Marcus Richmond, getting suspended for 3 races. So it's just nice to kind of have all the puzzle pieces together. We just need to get working as a team, build that bond, and just keep bringing fast trucks every week.
All right, and Noah. Okay. And Noah, you finally got your win last week. Can you just talk about how you're going to build on that and what it was like to get that first win of the year?
Yeah, I think it is. Hello? Hello? You guys can hear me, right? All right, so what was your question?
So you finally got a win last week, and you're in the playoffs, and what's that like, and how are you going to build on it?
It's good confidence just for myself and my team. I felt like I was championship caliber driver this year. Coming from last year, I learned a whole lot of do's and don'ts on the racetrack and off the racetrack, and just learned more. And going back to these tracks for the second time, I felt like I was going to be in the playoffs no matter what, in the top 8. I wasn't going to let myself not be in the playoffs, and working with Rudy Fiegel and the rest of the team, it's been really good so far. I've learned a ton these first couple races. I don't know, we're 5 or 6 races in, and it's been good so far. We got the win this past weekend in Kansas, so just had a ton of speed every single weekend when we've unloaded off the truck in our Safelite Auto Glass Toyota Tundra, and we have a lot of speed today. So just having that confidence in myself as a driver is the biggest thing, and when I get to the racetrack, knowing that we're going to be fast is big.
All right, and back to Noah. You have 2 wins now in the Truck Series, and the people want to know, how many Fortnite Battle Royale wins do you have?
Only 1. Yeah, I'm trash on that game. I'm terrible.
All right, we're going to open it up for questions. Zach Albert.
Zach Albert, NASCAR.com for Todd. You tweeted after Kansas with the truck that it's all mine now. Has it been hard waiting for the opportunity to go full time, and have you been trying to stay as involved as you can with the team to lead up to this?
Yeah, so I've still been going to every race that I can't race in, and like you said, just trying to decrease that learning curve as much as possible now that it is my turn. So anytime you can watch like a guy like Kyle Busch get in your truck and listen on the radio, hear how he breaks down every corner of the truck through the whole racetrack, it's crazy. But just anything you can pick up is going to help, and basically our season starts from now, and we just got to try and be all on the same page is the biggest thing that we've been working on from the beginning.
Mike Hembry. And then Daniel.
Mike Hembry, USA Today. Noah, being from Vegas, I'm sure you've been deeply involved in the gambling culture there. What's your perspective on the possibility with this new court ruling that maybe somewhere down the road fans may be able to walk up to a machine at every track and gamble on NASCAR? Good or bad?
I don't have a big opinion on it just because I'm not all that educated on it. Obviously, I'm from Las Vegas, and we go down to the Strip every now and then and see all the gambling machines. I mean, they're everywhere. They're down in the casinos. They're at gas stations. You can go pull a slot machine in the gas station. And so I think there's pros and cons to it. I'm not all that educated on it. I heard a little bit about it yesterday. I haven't done a lot of research. But I don't know. Hopefully, if it does happen, hopefully it'll be good for my fans who bet on me. If I'm doing good, hopefully I can win some races and have them win some money on me. But other than that, I don't really have an opinion on it.
Daniel McFadden with NBC Sports. Todd, so can you just walk us through what your first laps were like on a track of this size for the first time in your career?
Yeah, anytime you get to a racetrack for the first time like this, it's pretty intimidating. Just being able to come out here for probably almost 10 years now, just watching races and just dreaming of one day being out here. You watch the Truck Series and also Kyle Busch Motorsports, and there's no better position that I hope to be in than in this Ford truck with them. So it was just all about learning, like I said, and just trying to get up to speed as quickly as possible. I had an opportunity to actually come out here and test an ARCA car last weekend, so just every single lap counts a lot. I feel like I'm getting more experience every lap. I actually got out behind Noah a little bit and was able to kind of position my truck where I could get the best draft on the straightaway. All those little things like that I'm going to have to learn and use for many years to come. That these guys got a little head start on me, but we just need to come back strong.
Yeah, Jared Turner, NASCAR Pole Position Magazine. Question for both you guys, kind of a light-hearted question, I suppose. What do you guys enjoy eating and drinking for breakfast?
Everything. No, I'm just joking. I think usually I'd say Dunkin' Donuts is like my favorite fast food place, but bacon and eggs, it's all good stuff.
I cook cereal in the morning. Pretty good at getting the Fruity Pebbles out in the milk, and so I eat that every now and then. I try eggs, but it's just a mess. It's more of a hassle than it is good. But I mean, mainly on race days, just hydrating, getting liquids in, starting your day or your week, and making sure you're getting your electrolytes and your clear fluids in is the biggest thing. So I probably don't have the healthiest diet out there. I started working out, so hopefully that kind of contradicts it or whatever I don't know the word, but hopefully that helps my my figure a little bit better. But I don't try to watch like my calorie intake, or I'm not like on a set diet. I pretty much eat some good foods, try and eat some chicken sometimes, but also eat some junk food too.
Jacob?
If we're being honest here, I mean, some guys will lie and say like they have a really good diet, but they're full of it.
I'm not even going to go there. Jacob Seelman, Speed Sport, for Todd. You got the chance to participate in the ARCA test here recently. From a standpoint of track time laps, what kind of things did you learn in that ARCA test that you can apply here in the truck? And then what would it mean going into next week, with this being the first time in 14 years that ARCA's raced at Charlotte, to have a shot to go to victory lane?
Yeah, the whole test was very special for the ARCA series. Like you mentioned, it's been quite a number of years since they've been here, so just to see all the rookie drivers go out there and gain confidence every lap. They only let 4 cars on the racetrack at a time, so everyone was kind of spread apart. We didn't get much time together, but I'm sure when we come back next week for the race, it'll be all-out practice, everything. So, but yeah, the main part, we were just coming out here to get as many laps as possible, and actually once we got in the truck, it has so much more downforce and side force that it felt a lot better, but actually we were a little bit faster in the ARCA car, so just kind of cool to feel all the differences.
Chris Knight, GasFans.com. Noah, last year it seemed like the mile and a half were your Achilles heel. Do you have any Achilles heels in 2018 after rebounding from Dover to Kansas?
Yeah, I think I'm my own Achilles heel, and what I mean by that is just I need to be perfect this whole year, and perfect behind the wheel, and what I mean by that is not making mistakes. I feel like last year I was learning the mile and a half racing, and yeah, we got the win last weekend at Kansas, but I still feel like that's kind of my weakest point is mile and a half racing right now, just because the aero, it's so situational on, and it changes your balance for every situation you're in. You might be behind a guy and you might be plowing tight, and then the next lap you might be next to him and you'll be extremely loose. So it's just very, very difficult to get a gauge on that, but I feel like I'm getting a lot more comfortable with it. And then going back to the other thing is just not getting into my own head, staying focused, and I feel like working with Rudy Fugel and my spotter Tony Hirschman, they keep me really disciplined and on track, on and off the racetrack, they keep me focused and disciplined, and so I think that's going to be the biggest thing is to keep me focused and not be making mistakes this year.
Brian Nelson, MRN. So Noah, learning from mistakes, but staying aggressive through that. I mean, how do you get yourself to be as aggressive as you've always been while learning from those mistakes? You don't want to be too smart, right?
Well, I think running, I don't know if it's a theory or whatnot, but I want to run up front, and if I'm up front battling for the win, for example, Dover, I personally, I was down on myself and disappointed in myself that I made that mistake, but at the same time, I'm all right with myself personally because I made that mistake, just because it's such a fine line of racing for the wins here, and if I make a mistake and I wreck like that racing for 12th, then we got a real problem. But we're going for the win with a lap and a half at Dover. It's a sweet trophy that doesn't make me try any harder, the trophy, but you always kind of have that in the back of your mind that it's a really cool trophy. I've always looked up to get that trophy in the past, so that doesn't make me try any harder, but just not making mistakes, dumb mistakes, trying to do that for 12th. I'm all right with doing that for the win, just because, I mean, these races are so hard to win, and there's very limited opportunity you have as a race car driver, and I'm in a very good spot at Kyle Busch Motorsports, and I have a great team and great teammates, and it's a very good organization. So getting those wins, it's very difficult, and there's a lot of perks that come with it. So it's a fine line, and you might cross over it every once in a while, but like I said, I'm fine with doing that if it's racing for the win, and I mean, we're giving it all we got out there, so yeah.
Jim Utter, last question. Jim Utter, motorsport.com. For Noah, how much do you think the Xfinity Series races maybe accelerated your confidence or your learning curve? And when you first entered doing them, it must have seemed a little intimidating, the 3 tracks that you ended up doing. How do you feel about it looking back after the fact?
I was surprised with my performance at Richmond. To be quite honest, it caught me off guard. I knew I was stepping up to the plate, so going back to 2016 racing in the K&N Series, I won a couple races and moved up into the end of the Truck Series last 2 races of the year before 2017. So raced Phoenix and Homestead, and I thought I was going to run really good out there in Phoenix in the truck with Kyle Busch Motorsports, and I ran terrible. I mean, we ran 15th at Phoenix and Homestead. So I made sure to tell myself, stay focused on what you need to do when you're making this move up into the Xfinity Series. It's going to be tough, and I thought it was going to be a rude awakening, which it was, but I was able to adapt to those cars. So I thought it was going to be a lot tougher. The cars, they have a lot less side force and down force, and so you're always on kind of driving off the right rear, really loose, always yawed out sideways. So I don't know, I picked it up. It felt pretty natural to me, but then going back into the truck at Dover, I ran both there that weekend, and so going back to the truck, I felt a lot more confident just because it has a lot more side force, it has a lot more down force. The truck didn't change, but I think just my mindset changed on, hey, if I can drive the Xfinity car sideways, this is a breeze because it's pretty stuck in the racetrack. So getting back into the truck, I think it definitely helped my confidence. It helped my I learned so much at Joe Gibbs Racing with the Xfinity guys that has translated over to the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series.
All right, we got to cut it off after this one, but Myatt Snider, the driver of the number 51 Century Container Louisiana Hot Sauce Toyota, has joined us. Ford, my
number
bad.
13 Ford F-150.
Gotcha. And can you just comment on, you got a strong start to the season, how are you going to build on all the momentum?
Yeah, we've had speed at just about every track we've gone to. Some of these tracks have had a little bit more a tougher time figuring it out. I think Dover, I struggled a little bit. But, we've got a really good mile-and-a-half program. We've had really good speed. We were P3 on the average charts today. We made really good adjustments. So I feel confident in my team, and we've got a really good Century Container Ford F-150.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.